Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CLD. We will take a look at the daily time frame. Did this analysis on Friday, so that is where the red and green line annotations are coming from, but want to get things updated here as the chart has continued to draw quite a few eyeballs on it, and maybe, just maybe, getting ready for some sort of bounce, and I'll explain that here in a second. But before anything else, need to just gonna go ahead and get rid of that line. Sure, that level pertains, just not relevant right now, and from the presentation point of view, I don't want to risk causing confusion because there's lines and clutter all over the place. So let's try to keep this as clean as possible. But the reason I say, maybe, just maybe, is because, well, first off, not to state the obvious, but just set up a little bit of context. Friday was an absolute bloodbath. Price gap down, and the price just continued to stretch, and just kept on going down. And then even this morning, another gap down, and the price stretched to the downside once again, and ultimately hit a low right there. However, this is where the interesting part came into play. The price did bounce back, and within the world of candlestick analysis, we would call that a doji candle. So a doji candle that's happened after a big beat down to the downside signals, at least it's logical to question if this is some sort of bottom. Now, don't get me wrong, and I really wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price has been hammered down and then all of a sudden you have a doji does not mean that this is for sure the bottom. Now, if there was some sort of bounce, would I be shocked by that? No, that would not be shocking at all. But again, myself nor anyone else can say that for sure a bounce is going to occur, because there just simply is no such thing as a for sure in the market. So now, if there is any sort of bounce, that's where the first couple of updates need to be made, and these updates are just based on foundational rules in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they do tend to act as resistance. So for those of you that watched the video from Friday, I talked about both of these areas as support, but now that the price is below them, you would expect them to act as resistance, and that's actually already played out perfectly here. The high of today was, like I said, that previous support, which, what you would think would act as resistance, and it did indeed act as the resistance. So if there is any sort of upwards price movement going forward, 22 cents is that initial level of resistance, and then next key level after that right up there at 26 cents. As far as areas of support, nothing fancy, nothing complicated behind this at all, other than the fact that the price finally stopped bleeding down there at 16 cents. So that'll be the area of support going into Tuesday. The week is young, though, still 4 days left. So let's see if the bulls can eventually chip away and create some sort of bounce. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now, and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.